This is very, very important to understand. They talked about destiny as something that you have no control over. The destiny that's already made for you. Now, magnetists, as we are, we believe both things. In other words, a destiny is a command about something you're going to do or be or so forth, but you have the power to control that destiny. You have power to change it. However, if that destiny is good and productive, as it most certainly will, if you are being your true self, then it's much easier to follow that destiny. You'll have more success in life. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, we need to find out what that purpose is, that our own personal purpose. Find out, if we look at ourselves as a seed, what is in there? What is it? What talents do I have? What abilities do I have? I want to look at that. I want to find out who I am. What is the thing that turns me on in life? What is it that I should do? That's the personal purpose. Now, according to magnetism, you don't discover your personal purpose. Your purpose discovers you.
Correct.
That doesn't mean to say that the purpose that is coming to you is stronger than you are. Never forget, you are stronger than anything else. You can do anything. You can change anything.
I think what you're saying with that is basically experience is caught. It cannot be taught. You know, if you experience something, you catch it. And that's what the purpose in life at a personal level is doing to a person. If you're doing with something that you love and you dedicate yourself to the mastery of what you love, eventually you discover your purpose.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I have also discovered there's another purpose, which is the purpose of life itself. Now, if you're lucky enough or diligent enough to find that personal purpose, and then you're lucky enough or diligent enough to find the purpose of life itself, and you unite the two, you're all set. Your health will improve, you'll make money, you can lose everything today, make everything back a year later.
And I think eventually what that is, those two purposes actually create a third purpose, which is, in my opinion, is something like the ultimate purpose. And that is the desire to learn how to be of service to all life. Because in reality what we're doing here is we're constantly learning how to be of service to people, to life. But life here on this planet as is such a complicated matter, because people, there's a lot of people that are evolved and there are a lot of people that are not. There are a lot of people that are awake and there are a lot of people that are still asleep. But I believe that once a person has discovered their purpose in life, both at a personal level and the purpose of life in life, which is to create, I believe at that point that person can really learn how to become of service to all of life and give everything that that person has within him or her to life.
Okay, we're going to probably not use that word service. We'll come back to that in a minute. We're still working on the purpose of life itself. So what do you think is the purpose of life itself? And let's not forget, we're coming back to what you just said about the third thing.
Well, the purpose in life itself is definitely to create. We as human beings are here and we have the gift.
How do you know that?
Because basically nothing will exist here unless we create it. If I think about wanting to go and collect sand and make a ball, I have to create that. The thought of itself may not be created by me.
But how do you know it's the purpose of life itself?
To create, all I have to do is look at life.
Oh, tell me.
You see the stars.
Yeah, what are they doing? Are they...
Well, they're... what do you call it? They're in an orbit.
You don't see that.
I don't see that.
That's something you
I was
read.
taught. Exactly.
Okay, in magnetism we use no theories, only what is observable.
Well,
Because people who use a lot of theories and who read all of these things, they were going around with their heads all filled up of all of these things.
So examples of creation are plants that are born and they become big.
They what?
Plants, you see
Plants?
a plant growing.
Okay.
You see babies being born. You see people making buildings. You see people teaching other people, educating people, technology, and so basically a human being will not be able to operate unless he's creating.
Well, I want to get even more basic than that. What, in one word, what have you observed to be life's basic main purpose? Life itself.
Survival.
Survival. That's what I see. How do you know that?
Well, all you gotta do is look at life. People will do whatever it takes to survive.
Cats do?
Absolutely.
Dogs?
Animals. Dogs.
Plants?
Plants.
People?
People.
Apparently nobody wants to die.
That is the law of life. People are doing whatever it takes to survive.
Okay, so we have this purpose of life itself, which is to continue, to survive, to continue, to go forward always. It is the life energy is obsessed with that, of going forward.
Correct.
This is so true that a fruit tree out of thousands of buds will destroy most of them so if very few will survive that will continue the species. So a nice word for that would be then, like you said, creativity, to create, to move forward, to do everything which is more survival than less survival.
Correct.
Good. Now, can we align our personal purpose to that purpose?
100%.
Right.
So my purpose in life is, at a professional level, is to be the best mortgage broker that I can be. And I use my survival skills, my creativity, to service as many clients as I can in the best possible way that I can.
Very good. I agree with that. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Now let's go to that third thing. That third thing, which you said was service, that is, I don't call that a purpose. I call that a result.
A result.
Yeah, a result. However, I don't like the word service because it is not true. In my humble observation, I have seen that no one does anything to be of service to others. And this is one of the problems. I think if you see the real truth of it, a lot of things will open up for you. For example, when an artist like myself performs on stage, I'm not there to give service to them. I'm not there. I'm doing it because I love it. I'm doing it for my own survival. Now, if most people looked at it this way, we would have a much more peaceful world.